Our back guys, welcome to today's episode of She Leads. I remain Salah Kupara Latifa.
Mala Jazaina Abulatife.
And Jamie actually Salarify.
I know people are thinking, why are these sisters laughing? Well, our week has been amazing. From one of our sisters becoming a celebrity to another celebrating her birthday. I mean, finally, moving on from wanting to do clinicals, I finally got my parents to get on board with the plan, guys.
Alhamdulillah.
So, baby, happy birthday, Nabi.
Thank you.
How did you spend your birthday?
Well, it was fine. At like around 12, I did Tajud. Thank the Almighty Allah. Then I got calls from family and friends, and I made money.
That's the coco, guys. That's the coco. Jamiat, how was your week? Celeste.
My week has been very fine. I've been getting texts from people. Oh, hi, is that you? I was wondering, I know that face. My sister be like, she has gotten like multiple texts saying, is that your sister? Is that your sister?
You don't blow now. But guys, this week has been a whole of right, because alhamdulillah, Sha. But today we're going to be talking about owning our voice. I think that speaks right to the three young ladies on this seat today. Like, we have a voice and we're using it for something very, very impactful. You might not know it, but some of the little videos that we've been making, young ladies are saying, oh yeah, I can do this. So owning my voice simply means for me that the next generation that are looking up to me know that as a Muslimah, we have somebody that, yes, we can do this. We can make impact. We can transform nations. And we're not just second citizens or staying in the background. So that owning your voice is that regardless of what people say or the changing times or influencers influencing people, you will still maintain your principles and your values. Your core self, your self-awareness is key. And I just feel like anybody that sees you will not say, oh, they cannot push it to the back because they know that you're not somebody that's, you're somebody of worth. And that comes from knowing who you are and owning your voice. Like you now, I take a lot of things from you, the way you carry yourself, the way you dress, the way you speak. I would like for me to one day have a daughter and her to emulate you. Oh, she's really nice. But that's just basically what owning your voice is. Having somebody that, okay, yes, I can look up to. Like me, I have a lot of people that I looked up to growing up. For my mom, who was my first role model. That woman, a badass woman. To my grandma, to Malala Yousafzai. Those are women that are transforming nations. And they are not just second-class citizens. But Jamiat, well, celeb.
The way you're celeb. I'm not a celeb.
Do you know how many views you had on this? You're celeb.
We had the views.
Okay.
Yes.
What did we?
It's we now. I mean, isn't all we? Yeah, we had the views. And about owning your voice as a woman, you are to, like, no matter the pressure, no matter what happens, you shouldn't cave for people, especially when whatever it is you're standing on is the truth.
Exactly.
There's going to be a lot of pressure. There's going to be a whole lot of, like, blah, 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 blah.
You sometimes.
But then you should not say, you should not shun yourself for people to talk. Don't make yourself quiet. Because if you do, they would walk over you. They would make you feel like trash.
So basically, it's not what you're called.
Exactly.
It's what you answer to.
Exactly. Because there is nothing anybody wants to say most times. And then, just because you're owning your voice doesn't mean you can't change your opinion in some cases. When you think, this thing I have been saying is wrong, that is growth. Okay. You notice that, okay, I've been saying this, saying that, and I think that doesn't actually make sense in some kind of way. But then when you know that what you're saying is right, you've made your research, you've talked about it, you've thought about it, don't shut up for people.
But I guess as
women,
shutting
up, it will be backed with evidence.
Exactly.
No, I think that's a lot of times as women with shown that, okay, you have to act in a certain way. You can't be too flashy, but you have to still stand out. You can't be too slim or too fat. You can't be too big or too small. You can't be too short or too... There's always a two for everybody.
And if you're in the middle, it's not natural.
So there's no way in the world that anything you do they are going to find satisfaction in it. So just know that yes, this is me, and let people know you for who you are. That's integrity. I used to tell people that there's a difference between knowing your voice and spewing nonsense. We have a lot of people that, with the caliber of what they carry and people that look up to them, you would expect them to act a certain way. Well, when somebody acts like, that's our own truth. Two truths can't stand. It doesn't mean that, we have this adage that, okay, there's 9 written on the floor. From my side, I'm seeing 9. From the other person's side, they're seeing 6. And that's correct on their side. So, but as a woman, a lot of times we're told to, especially as hijabis, you hear a lot of people say, your voice is your aura, so why are you shouting?
Yeah, why are you talking?
You have
If you are talking
this pink that you wear.
Why are you
Some people will tell you that
pink?
the
It's
pink
too
is to
flashy.
attract men.
my
Yes.
rings? Some people will be like,
Oh, you are
who are
making
you
them
trying
look
to
at
deceive?
your hand.
They are looking at your hands.
So I feel like everybody has a definition of what I should be. As for me, I just feel like women should be able to do what they want to do in lines of the deen, but not what people say you should do. Because some people misquote the Quran and the Hadith to suit them. That's why you hear people say, your voice is... At times I feel like people are saying that men don't have self-discipline. Yeah.
Because when you touched on the voices, I remember there was a comment on the video that we did recently that Jamia sent me, where somebody was like, a woman is not supposed to be a career woman. And I was like, what did I say to you? I was like, have the person ever heard of Khadija bint Khuwaylid?
Like...
And then
Aisha
she was
was a
like,
scholar.
the woman is not supposed to be a public speaker. Like, where are we? I was like, have they heard of Aisha bint Abu Bakr? The wife of the Prophet. The thing is just that you talk
based on your IQ level.
You talk adequately. You are not increasing your voice. You are not reducing it.
You're not trying to
normally
seduce somebody.
Yes.
But I have a lot of people that say, I've had people tell me that, I like your voice. I'll be like, I'm not shouting.
Some people will be saying you are too loud. Like, that's just the way you talk. They'll be like, but why are you raising your voice?
And I feel like...
Do you want me to raise my... Am I shouting? I'm shouting.
But seriously, it feels like you can't ever please people. And that is where I want people to find out that you can never please people.
Yes.
But once you're standing on Qala Allah, Qala Rasul, you're good. But why is it that you people make it seem... And that's why these people feel like they need to come and save us. You don't need to save me.
Let's talk about Khawla bin Thalaba. Is it Thalaba? Khawla Shah. She was a woman who went to the Prophet to complain about Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, to complain about injustice. She went and she was like, this is what my husband has been doing. This is how my husband has been treating me, and I don't like it. And the opening verse of the Surah Al-Mujadila that Allah revealed in response to that was saying that He heard the woman's voice. You are to own your voice as a woman. Don't let people shun you, as I've always said. Yeah. Don't let people say, as a woman, you're not supposed to talk, you're not supposed to... And when people do things to you, you keep quiet, no matter who it is. Don't take disrespect from anybody. Don't take... own your voice. Let them know that, this is what I stand on, this is what I stand for, and don't make people make it change.
Advice. Have you seen this TikTok? As a lady, as a lady,
woman, in your 20s,
as an hijabi,
when you want something, everybody has something
I saw
to
a
say.
video, somebody criticized the way a lady was walking. As an hijab, you're not supposed to walk like this. I watched this video, I did not see anything, because it's not like I can see the silhouette of her body. She's fully covered. So I don't know what maybe she was walking too
they
slow
bring this
too
same
fast.
nonsense into leadership. You hear people say a woman cannot lead teams. I have been led by teams of women and they've done incredibly well. I think you can't even say a Muslimah cannot be a leader because she's a leader in the homestead. She leads. So if she's not a leader, how do you expect her to train your children? I think so when you talk about, women can't do this, women can't do that, I just feel like those are flimsy excuses of insecure people that need to go and get themselves.
When they talk about leadership, I think the excuse that a lot of people bring up is, if a woman can be a leader, why doesn't she lead the salat?
No,
I've heard
lead other women.
Exactly.
Allah's decree on that is only known to Allah. And yes, but Allah never said a woman can't.
Women.
Women are, during the time of the Prophet, women went to the battlefront.
Yes.
During the time of the Prophet, if we're even saying women can't be leaders, Aisha Radiallahu Ta'ala, scholar, was teaching other scholars. They came to learn from
the
her.
first university in the whole world. The person who founded the university her name is Fatima. And the university, like, is for people. So you can't say, oh, women this, women that, women this, women that. I always hate it when there is something like women in front of something. Like, I don't know, like, oh, a career woman. Like, a career person. You're someone who wants to have your career, like, as every other person.
It triggers them.
Like,
as a woman, you can be ambitious, but you can't be too ambitious. I now asked one of my friends, I said, what is your definition of being too ambitious? If it was somebody else doing it, it is probably fine. But because of it's a woman that you say she's a ball buster,
they'll be celebrated. LinkedIn will be carrying their picture. Forget LinkedIn. WhatsApp reposts. You see reposted everywhere.
I just love my circle of friends. Nice. I love people because I know they don't keep quiet. Mm-hmm. They don't try to be like, oh, whatever it is anybody says is the truth. Especially when they are
like
right.
Next time you need to reduce your voice.
No.
When people say reduce your voice, they don't mean the volume. They are trying to tell you to speak less. And that's how they seclude women into
they're trying to put you into a... Please, why are you trying to? And I feel like at times it speaks to a certain level of insecurity in the person. And that's why for young ladies that I really mentor, I let them know that when somebody is doing something and doesn't align with you, it is not a you problem. It is a them problem. Because they are just projecting their insecurity. It is daring for me to now say, you obviously are using some drugs, get well soon. Because it's not my problem. I cannot be using Panadol for somebody else's headache.
Exactly.
So why am I trying to fit myself in a box? I told someone, I said, my daddy has always said it that if you can do anything, you can do it. If you can work hard for it, if you can push, if you can go to the ends of the earth to want to make it happen, by Allah's grace, it will happen. So if Allah has not told me to shrink to make anybody comfortable, why am I shrinking myself? And Allah never told Khadija. And Khadija is even a brilliant example. During the time whereby there was no feminism, there was no this, there was no that, she was a thriving businesswoman. So obviously she had a voice and a respected voice.
Female children.
A voice that was very respected. Imagine having another example of when you say women can lead. She obviously had people in her employ that she was leading. And we have perfect examples of women that are leading. The perfect example right here in Lagos, we have a permanent secretary of youth, Mrs. Toyin Okeosori. I look up to her because anywhere she goes, the way she carries herself with charisma, the way she speaks eloquently, you never know that she's just a permanent secretary because the level of respect she's accorded, even by commissioners in Lagos State, speaks to the level of her intelligence, the way she has built her career and integrity.
This one where they be like, oh, the only reason why I am respecting you, the only reason why I am letting you do this is because of your husband. Or this is a person, I know this person personally. They'll be like, oh, that is Latifa. I know you're not married, but that is Latifa. Latifa has her own identity. Latifa has her own voice. But when Latifa is to be referred to, they'll be like, oh, Latifa is Farouk's wife.
No, don't
worry. Do you understand?
The way we are building, they'll refer Farouk is Latifa's husband. That is because, guy, Google me.
I know someone personally that I was even arguing with brother-in-law. I'm not going to mention names here. I was arguing with a brother-in-law that, okay, this person, who is your sister-in-law, she has a business of her own, a thriving business of her own, one which everybody knows. Like, why can they not address her as, oh, that is this person? Why is it she is so-and-so's wife? Like, anybody be like, you know that sister?
And don't market her.
But do you know that Selim said that thing on a content where somebody was, and they were not like, your wife, Selim's wife,
like,
she has a name. Yes!
She
has an identity.
And do you know when men stand up for their women, whether wives, sisters, daughters, other men will be the ones to attack them?
And I think that it stems from us as well. And when we look outward, I tend to also want to look inward with the problem.
Yes.
We are the problem.
Selim's comment section, there were women that were like, there's nothing bad in saying
we are the problem.
I don't know her name.
Because a lot of times, in terms of our mothers, our aunties, when you say things like, oh, I've had my auntie tell me that this empire that you are building, you are still going to somebody else's house. I'm like, it will come to my house as well. Which one is somebody else's one? So you're basically telling me to shrink to make him comfortable. Like, his ego should not stop him from. That's his
our
problem
house.
now.
It's two people that make a home. No,
my boss is a big fashion designer. She's so good at what she does. Very beautiful woman. Very, very beautiful. But then I've noticed something in the area there. When they want to address her, they be like, Iyawo, a husband's name.
And I be like, why?
She has, like, and a fashion house is a big one, and she has one that is like thriving and everything. Why can't you address her as who she is?
But you know it's an ego thing.
Why can't you address her as who she is? Who does not know who the husband
but you know it's an ego thing.
Exactly.
It's an insecurity thing, and
some of them want to feel like
it's an insecurity thing.
I'm down to say,
and that is why you hear some people say, "Oh, my wife can't earn above me."
Yeah.
It's an insecurity thing. But I can't preach it enough that as women, we need to know ourselves, because in knowing yourself is knowing what you can accept and what you will not accept. And it is knowing your principles. I think a lot of times the moment we start having issues is because we ourselves don't know who we are. Who am I? Latifa, who are you? What do you stand for? What do you want to be known for? What are you not rescinding on? That even goes in line with saying that, oh, yes, outside I am a very passionate woman, I'm very ambitious, but at home, I know that, yes, I know where to use my feminine energy. Mm-hmm. A lot of people confuse feminine energy. Feminine energy is actually a very strong energy, but it is knowing where the balance stands. But me, Latifa, may we not misfare?
I mean,
sometimes, yeah, people mistake owning your voice for being rude. They mistake owning your voice for being arrogant. Stupid. They mistake owning your voice for being arrogant. They mistake owning your voice for being
unrealistic.
Yeah, unrealistic. Yeah, that one. Because me saying that, oh, there is this thing I want for myself. There is this thing I want. I don't want this for myself. And then somebody telling me, you're just being delusional. Whatever it is that you're thinking is just out of delusion. You're not thinking about the reality of things. Let's look at life at the moment. And married women who have enabled the silence of other women, the older generation who have enabled that, they be like, don't worry, when you get there, you would know. They are trying to project their own life on you, knowing that everybody's life would not be the same, right? But then, let's for example, now we were talking about the attribution of a woman to her husband almost every time. It is because these people have allowed it from the very beginning. They did not see it as wrong. So most times when people do it, they might not even know that it is harmful. Yeah, they might not know it is wrong. They might not know they're
owning a woman's voice. There are some women that hearing
she's my wife, they find joy in it.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're not taking it away from that. What we're saying is that it's not always that when it is said that, oh, you are somebody
not said innocently.
Yes, that's only when I have an issue with it. But I want I found it took me time. It took me time for the right person to come, and I was still going to knock his head because it took it's precious
is
time.
Is it
Timo.
You know, so people be like, fine, you're walking but there was a video that I watched where the interviewer called her and you are Kiniko's wife. The other was like, yeah, she's my wife and she's also.
Okay, let's look at this very popular example where Yemoli's wife was an Tolu or Tola, I don't know. I mentioned Yemoli's wife again. See something. She owns a perfume brand. I've forgotten the name. Oh. So, and the perfume is good. People have been buying. She's doing well in her own.
Yemoli's
exactly. Wife. And then somebody bought the perfume for review. Okpeyemi, food critic.
I saw that.
He was like, oh, Yemoli's wife.
Okay.
And when he was trying to address the whole thing, he was calling Yemoli's name
back to him
more. It was saying it
more. So, you never mentioned her name. It was
he was wife. Saying Yemoli. Even
so, I think that's actually
she's Yemoli's wife, right?
Yeah.
But then even if he was addressing Yemoli's wife and saying, "Oh, Yemoli's wife," when you want to do this,
everything was.
He was like Yemoli, and then everybody were like, "Oh, you're not supposed to call," and even the owner of the wife, say that, why are you...
She has a name,
Exactly, why are
Yeah.
you...
And it's her brand. You can't take away the work that she has
When
put
she
into
marketed the
it.
brand, she did not tag Yamoli's wife to it.
Of course, it helped with PR that some people know my husband.
Yes.
But it shouldn't also take away from the work and the dedication I put into something. That is the only part I have an issue with it.
Yeah.
Because if you tell me, that's person's wife, of course,
it's
if
because
I know that we're just playing together.
Yes.
But I know that the moment that you're trying to degrade the work I have put in, no, that's where we're going to have an issue. And yes, knowing your voice does not mean, like you said, that you're arrogant or you're not submissive. Let's bring it back to the context of Islam. Yes, we mentioned Khadija. She was a businesswoman. But she was also submissive to the Prophet. But remember, I used to tell people about submission. Submission does not come
on
on
demand.
a silver platter.
It doesn't come on demand.
There's
Submission
respect on both
comes,
sides.
exactly,
Yes.
you respect this person, you earned that submission.
Exactly, it is.
It's not just, they said we should be submissive. Submission means I am leading with empathy. This person knows I'm their ride or die. This person knows I have their back. So when I say, oh yes, let's go this way, this person has my thoughts. This person is not selfish.
When
So
people talk about
submission will not
submission
be,
sometimes-
they bring it in the context of, sit down there. No, it's
You
not.
sit down
They
without
think,
reason.
they think the submission they want is the same type of submission you give to God. That's the same
No, the
type.
submission
they're
you give to
expecting.
of a human and his pet. It's not even of God, because God respects you. They want the submission of, sit down there, stand up,
And you
roll
sit
over. That
immediately.
is what they are looking for. And it is very annoying because Islamically, we're saying we're going with the line of the Sunnah and the Quran. Allah has placed woman on a platter to be taken care of. I tell people that submission is easy when you're leading with empathy, you're leading with care, you are leading with grace. Meaning that even on days that me and this person have an issue, this person is not hurting me because
I
of they
know
want
that
to feel
whatever
big.
That's
decision
why
they are making.
everybody is willing to like bow their head, pray to Almighty Allah, because
I know that whatever decision Allah is making is always in my favor.
Best
When
interest.
I know that, this person, whatever decision he's making, he has never done anything to harm me. He has never done- then of course I would submit.
in
But
fact,
when I know that
sometimes if
it
he
is
does
your
some
ego
things
that is
without,
speaking.
in fact, if he does some things without you knowing, when he tells you, just be like, you know what you're doing, I trust you.
But that was not built in a day.
They obviously
That was
yeah.
built over
That
the
time.
years,
Yeah.
based on trust, loyalty, and respect.
So next time that you yourself, you will do some things and you'll be like, thank you so much. I would have had the
And I
burden of having
can't
to
keep
do it
iterating it. There are
myself.
sometimes my dad just go, don't go out. And at the top of my head, if you are someone that just said you can't go
Well,
there, your head might want
must
to
go.
explode. But because of they've built that years of friendship and trust, it has now got it to a point of
There's obviously a reason why.
there's obviously a reason why he's saying that, and then they sit, they talk. Of course, you won't see everything as children, but I've seen them fight, and I see fights with grace, and I've seen some couples fight, and they are both
foul
both sides.
languages
They are
everywhere.
throwing low blows.
Ah.
The secret that your spouse kept with you,
You
and then you
will
now
tell
say the person should be
everybody.
submissive, and the submission comes both ways. It has to be earned with respect, but as Muslims, yes, we do have to be submissive, and that is why I said, may we not misfare. Because
Amen.
submission becomes hard when you marry the wrong person. But if you are with your person, your friend, your partner,
So
banter every day.
another thing about owning your voice, it might not even be about a man. It might just be about a friend. It might be something that's like
Like being able to stand your ground.
exactly. Don't let people tell you what to do. I would always say this because people know what they are doing.
yes,
Like mad. Like
Some people don't know.
some
should
people
ask.
know. Some people know.
People know what
People
they
know
are
what they are
doing
doing.
at this big age. People know what they are doing.
I know, but age does not constant maturity.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about maturity. Like,
But
why
it's
are you
the
immature?
way the life.
Why are you? You are a big person. You should.
It doesn't
grow.
mean no.
You're talking about age, Jamia.
See, people should. I don't know, but then when I see someone do some certain things, like you do
It's not
something.
supposed to come from you.
Exactly. Like no,
No.
I'm not expecting this.
Me, I have a saying: expect the unexpected from the unexpected people. Because if you're living your life like that, then you know that you are leaving space for people to be people.
True.
And then when they do, you be like, okay, yes, is a person, is human.
Somehow, so, but it depends on how, like when the situation happens, how they go about it. Like recently, I had a fight with one of my very close friends, and there was no communication. And to me, I thought that I was giving space for her to calm down. And because we've never had a fight like this before. So I don't know that space was not calming the anger. It was like, I never expected. Because for her to open up, because I was the one that reached out, for her to open up and say that if anybody had done it for me, I'll be like, okay. But it came from you, so it was very, very hurtful. And I actually felt bad, because to me, because everybody is different. Because when similar case happened with another friend, the space was what she needed. So I took that one and used it for somebody else, forgetting that they're not the same person. And this friend I'm talking about, she's the one that should fight for me in school. Because when I was in school, if I'm saying something, some people will be like, I should keep quiet because of my age. My friend will be like, never in your life tell my friend to shut up.
No. Girls,
so I was like, the brain she used and entered the school is the same brain. It's not about age. I was like,
and that's why it's important to own your voice. But I also want we women to put in the work. In owning your voice,
have the confidence.
In terms of public speaking or leadership or whatever, it is putting in the work. You're saying that when two people start to say something, maybe you do need to review yourself. Be open to critique. I'm not saying criticism. Critique, constructive critique. That you know that, okay, this person saw something and this person wants me to be better and want me to grow. So that's why this person is saying it. So the only place you can grow is when that critique comes, you look inward, you assess, you pick what is yours. Filter it out.
Because not every advice
need to put in the work. Because at times we all say, you look at these big people, but they didn't just become big overnight. They put in the work. They read, they researched, they took courses, they went for trainings, they took critiques, they listened to feedback, and that is why they became who we are looking up to now. So owning your voice is working hard within yourself, not being in competition with anybody but yourself. Because a lot of times I see that everybody sees the end results. They don't know the work that went into it. So it's about you're speaking, you're so eloquent. I like the way you dress. I like this person actually put in the work to become who they wanted to.
Like now, I can be walking, and then somebody will be like, "Don't walk like that, oh, don't walk like that. Be careful of the stone." And I'll be like, "You can't tell me how to walk next thing for them."
It's your fault then.
What I'm trying, it did not happen, no. It did not happen, no. I'm just using it as an example. That some people, no matter what you say, even if it's coming from a place of love, no matter how you put it, they will not receive it. You know, some people will be like, it's the way you said it, no matter how you say it.
Yeah, but I also feel like at times it's where people are. Some people are in their defense state. So no matter what you're saying, they receive it as an attack. So that's why I also say, the work on yourself part and the self-awareness part. I think there was a time that because of I went through bullying. I'm a very big girl, as you can see, and then you have a lot of people call you a lot of horrible names. I've been called Amweba, no shape. I've been called bag of rice. I've been called a lot of Nigeria.
We've said a lot of things. We've talked about a lot of instances where women are supposed to own their voices. Don't let people shrink you. Don't cave in for people. Don't let people make you feel stupid for holding on to an opinion that you know that, oh, this is correct.
Yeah.
Especially with women, elderly people. Oh. If you are young, they make you feel like you don't know what you're doing. They make you feel like, oh, whatever it is you're saying is...
It's nonsense.
Rubbish. There was this time I went to the hospital. I wanted to go for a checkup, and this nurse, I mean, she's not even a nurse. I don't know who she is, but then she's the one that calls people in for checkup.
Probably
a cleric. She's just there. She's just an attendant here. And she was talking to the elderly people rudely. Oh, when you get this paper, the number, don't misplace it. I think that man is a first time patient or something. So he misplaced his number, and she was like, "Oh, I can't call you in because you misplaced your number." The man was trying to explain to her. She did not listen. Another elderly person, she did the same thing. Then when it was my turn, she called me. I entered. I've been looking at everything, but then I did not say anything. I was just looking at her like, who is this person? Then it was my turn. She called me. I entered, and she saw me and she said, "I did not call you." You called my name just now, my number just now, 73. She said she has not gotten there. I said, "Ma, you called 73 just now. I was the last person you called." Jojo, I'm sorry. Don't shout at me. I'm like, sorry, ma, don't shout at me too. And she said,
She shout at each other.
you are spoilt, like in Yoruba, like you are spoilt, Obaje. I'm like, ma, you safe, you are spoilt. You've been talking to the elderly people here in a very, very bad way, and you keep on, you want to send me out of this place because you called my name. Obviously, I was not going to come here without you calling my name. And then it's always like, I don't know, she felt like I shouldn't have said anything. Immediately she told me that, oh, I did not call you. I was just supposed to walk out of there and just, sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, man. No. That should not be
this generation.
We should be able to talk.
I think for me, personal experience was, I was having a conversation in a political limelight because I'm somebody that's an alumni Lagos Youth Ambassador, and we were having a discussion. And I just noticed that everybody was speaking, like guys were speaking and the man was listening, and I would want to speak and he would try to like cut me off. And then the next inside, he made a statement and I just inserted myself into the conversation. And and he looked at me and said, yes, guy, I have my mouth, I can speak. Just because of you are acting a fool does not mean I should follow you. That's why I feel that is why it is very important to work on yourself and have your facts. When you have your facts, they won't have a choice but to let you speak. Yeah. Because they know that when you speak, they will gain something from it. So your voice shouldn't just be... one of my mentors will use this adage that make sure that when you speak, heaven record. Meaning that you're not spewing nonsense. That you're spewing something that even the angels want to pen it down.
You're not saying something that the day of judgment be like, please erase it.
So it is important that you own your voice and don't let anybody shrink you. Because we find ourselves in the world whereby now everybody is looking at it that, oh, if you're too ambitious, who will marry you? Your blessing will come. They've said the same thing about people that came before us, and those people married right. So just continue to pray to Allah, do your due diligence, ensure that you are your person, your principles is not shaking, you're well respected, your integrity is key, and every other thing would fall into line. But as a woman, you have to have a voice. As a Muslimah, it is important you have a voice and not let that voice shrink. And yes, we've come to the end of today's session. Owning your voice does not mean you're not going in line with the deen. It just means you're portraying the excellence that Islam speaks. Bye, guys.
Assalamu alaikum.